Hello everyone! So in this video, I will show you how I use SPSS to compare the reading achievement between male and female students, and then also include the statistical test and what the result mean. But before that, I want to tell you about a t-test. So t-test is the statistical test that used to compare the average score between two groups and to see if the difference is significant or just happened by chance. And now, let's do the analysis.
Okay, everyone, before we do the t-test, we should have the data first. And as you can see on the screen, on the Excel, I already have the data here, and I got the data sex, male and female, and then also writing achievement score. And first thing we need to do is copy the data we got into the SPSS. Okay, as you can see in the male and female, and we copy it into the SPSS, and I already copy it here. And then also same as writing achievement scores, you find it first. I click your name here. Okay, find next. And here the data that you got, and same as the sex, you need to copy it and move and paste it into the SPSS. And I already paste it in the SPSS. Okay, everyone, I already have the data here. I copied from Excel into the SPSS, as you can see here. And after that, we need to go to the variable view and change the name, label, value, and measure also. And I already changed name here, also label. And then for value, for sex, we need to change the value here. Why? Because sex like male and female is considered into nominal data. So we need to categorize them using a value label. Okay, you can click here, click, and then also value. You can write F, and then the label is female. Click add. And then also the second value is an M and label male. And then click add. Click OK. And then forget to change the measure here for a sex group. You can change it to nominal. And then for writing achievement score, change it into scale. Hey everyone, but before we do the analyze test, we need to make a research question first and then also hypothesis. And I already have a research question and hypothesis too here. As you can see, the research question is there any significant mean difference in reading achievement between male and a female student? And from the research question, we can have a hypothesis. HO, there is no significant mean difference in reading achievement between male and female student. And then also HA, there is a significant mean difference in reading achievement between male and a female student. And then after that, we can continue our analysis again in the SPSS. Okay, back again into the SPSS. Okay, the first thing you need to do is a normality test. So for do the normality test, first you need to click Analyze. After that, click and choose the descriptive statistic. Also choose the Explore here. And you need to add the writing achievement in the dependent list and then sex into the factor list. But don't forget to click plots here and then make sure you checklist the histogram, checklist the normality plot with tests, and then also checklist the power estimation for homogeneity tests. Click continue and click OK. Wait a moment. Okay, as you can see in the screen, I already copied the SPSS result into the Microsoft Word. And then from the descriptive statistic, we can see the average score reading female is more higher than male. And the mean here from female is 55.2, and then male is 54.07. And then also here we can see the standard deviation from female is also more higher than standard deviation from male student, and which mean the data from a female student, it's more variation than male student. Okay, as you can see in the script in the Microsoft Word, I already copied from SPSS to here. And then here the result of normality test. And you need to remember it. If the p-value is below 0.05, so it's mean the data is not normally distributed and we can use the t-test, but we use the met with new test. And if the p-value is above 0.05, so it means the data is normally distributed and we can use a t-test. And here the result. We can look in the Kolmogorov-Smirnov and then also Sapiro-Wilk. From the Kolmogorov-Smirnov, we got sick here is 0.2 for female and then male also 0.2. And then from here, from Sapiro-Wilk, we got female 0.5 and then male 0.974. Okay, from this, we can make a simple conclusion that the data is above 0.05. So the data is normally distributed. And then also to make sure the data is normally distributed, we can use a t-test and then also we can look from the graphic here. To see the graphic, we need to back to SPSS and then we can double click here on the graph, click here, click normal. And then we can see here the data for writing achievement is normally distributed because it shows a bell-shaped curve. And also same for male writing achievement. We can double click here, click here, click normal, plus, and same as a female. Here for male is also normally distributed because we can see the graphic here or the histogram show us a bell-shaped curve, which means the data is normally distributed and we can continue to the t-test. Okay, but before we go to the t-test and making a conclusion, we need to take a look again to the of homogeneity here. And same as I said before, to make it easy, we can copy to the Word. Okay, I already copied into the Microsoft Word. So as you can see here, you need to remember it again. If the p-value here is below 0.05, so the variances between the two groups are not equal. It means that you need to use equal variances, not assume in the t-test. And then if the p-value is above 0.05, so it means that the variances between the two groups are equal. So use the equal variances assumed in the t-test. Okay, you can see here again in the table of homogeneity test and take a look in the sig here, and all of this result of the data is below 0.05. So it means that the data are not equal. So in the t-test, we need to use equal variances, not assume. Okay, after we do the homogeneity test, so now back to SPSS again, and we need to do the analysis of group statistic and then also t-test result. To do it, you need to click the analyze again here. Also click the compare means, click independent sample t-test, and then put the writing achievement in the test variable. And then put the sex here in the group variable. And remember to define group. Click here from group 1, female, and group 2 is male. Okay, you don't need to click option or bootstrap here. Just click continue. And after that, click OK. And the test will show. Okay, here the result of group statistic. and then also the independent t-test. Okay, look to the table on the group statistic here. Look at the mean result here from female and male, and we can make a short conclusion that the reading score of female group is better than male group. And then next to the independent sample t-test. So we need to take a look back on our hypothesis before, HO hypothesis. There is no significant mean difference in reading achievement between male and female students. So we need to reject that hypothesis. And earlier, the homogeneity test showed that the result was below 0.05. So in the independent t-test, we need to take a look on equal variances, not assume. And look at the SIG2 tilde. Here, as I said before, if the p-value is below 0.05, so the test reject the HO, and we are not confident that the HA is correct. But if the p-value is above 0.05, so the test fails to reject the HO, and we are not confident that is the HA is correct. So look here, the result here is 0.608. So which means it's more than or above the b value 0.05. So we fail to reject the HO. So here, the final conclusion is there is no significant mean difference in reading achievement between male and female students. And I think that's all for tutorial t-test in SPSS. And I hope this video will help you to do the t-test in SPSS. And thank you so much for watching.